Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Welcome to the Channel for Grace. Gobind will be live shortly. Book a tarot or astrology reading on our website, channelforgrace.guru, and check out our latest programs and classes. Please give us a share and a like, and we hope you enjoy the broadcast. Satnam, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Gobind, and this is your Channel for Grace. Thank you guys so much for being here live, and thank you to those of you that are watching the replay. Welcome to a whole new week. We are going to talk about the astrology of this week. It is pretty crazy, pretty wild. Definitely we have an eclipse happening on Wednesday, and we'll focus a little bit on that. But I did do the eclipse astrology specifically for the eclipse last week, so make sure you check that out. Tomorrow we're going to look at the human design of the eclipse and see what information that brings us about what's going to be coming into our lives, what we're going to be dealing with for the next 6 months. Before we dive into the astrology of this week, I do want to again thank you for being here. Make sure that you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share this video out. Today we started our Moon Goddess Akashic Healing Retreat. We had day 1 this morning, and it was amazing. We went into the Akashic records together, and we did a chakra clearing journey. It basically did energy work on ourselves, guided by me. But it was so powerful, and literally everyone after the event was just feeling super blissed out. And the whole intention behind this retreat is this is a really good time to take care of ourselves. You know, we just transitioned seasons again. The fall season is a season that is integration. It's about a little bit going more inward, harvesting, like seeing what did I create, what did I manifest. And we have, you know, that energy of Mars about to go into shadow and, you know, slowing down, probably already in shadow, but he's slowing down. And this affects the energy of movement, forward movement. So to also, as we move into the holiday season, which can also be triggering, all that stuff, we are invited to set ourselves up for success and to remember the magic of when I'm grounded, when I'm in a good place, I can handle anything. I can, you know, do anything. And that's the best place to be, to move from into this last few months of the year. Like tomorrow's freaking October. I can't even believe that. My mind's like, wait, what just happened? We're in October. Like I still feel like it's August. Like I don't know where like all September went. Very strange feeling. And we are in eclipse season. So this is a big deal because the next 6 months will unfold depending on how the energy is activating right now for us in our lives. So we need to be paying attention. So join us for the free retreat. It's happening. It's a 5-day event. Today we did that chakra clearing. Tomorrow we're doing Kundalini yoga meditation. On Wednesday we're doing an Akashic healing sound chamber, sound bath for the eclipse. On Thursday, we are doing a collective Akashic reading. I will be co-guiding that session, that reading with the goddesses that have graduated from the Moon Goddess training. And this whole event shows you a glimpse of what the Moon Goddess training is all about and the different things that you get to learn and experience. And the best part is the community. And then on Friday, we have Yin Yoga with Tori, who is also another graduate of the Moon Goddess training. She's amazing. She's like a ball of joy and light and happiness that comes to that is here in the world. And so and Yin Yoga is very calming. So today we did the chakras, we did the energy work. Tomorrow we're doing the meditation. So working to calm the mind, working with the breath, mantras. It's a lot of mind work, calming and clearing the mind. On Wednesday, we have, and the meditation tomorrow will prepare us for the eclipse energies. Then we'll have the eclipse. We'll do a sound bath, just full on clearing vibrational frequencies. Thursday, we get a reading, a collective reading to see what is the guidance from the eclipse. And then on Friday, we work really a lot on our bodies, which is like the missing piece, right? Body, mind, spirit. And we do the Yin Yoga, which is calming, relaxing, resetting, revitalizing. And it's simple. Like Yin Yoga is simple, and it is a complete, it's a different type of yoga that is meant to work with the nervous system as well, to move from that sympathetic nervous system to the parasympathetic nervous system that puts you in a state of calm and bliss and like no stress. So we're doing that all week, and I guarantee you need it. So the event is totally free. Again, you can join by clicking the link in the description below. You can go to my website, join the global community. That is where the event is happening. And all events are happening at different times. Make sure you RSVP to all the events. If you're on my email list, I'm sending a daily reminder that the events are happening. There may be one thing that you really want to go to, or you might want to be there for all of them. I'm also recording all of the sessions and uploading them under the replays tab in the meditation hub, which is found within our special community space. And yes, so super, super fun. So I hope to see you there tomorrow. Tomorrow's event, like I said, is Kundalini Yoga, and is happening at 2 p.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. Eastern, and we're going to be doing a meditation. So here we are. Let's dive into this week's astrology. So here is the chart that you can see on the screen of this moment right now. We've got the dark moon getting ready to enter into Libra. And balsamic phase of the moon is intense. It's even more intense when it's a balsamic phase of the moon right before an eclipse. This is the time for you to set the intention. This is why I decided to do this retreat, this virtual healing retreat during this time, because it can be intense, energetically, emotionally overwhelming. And the more that you can like come back to earth, the better you're going to feel. But this dark moon is calling us inwards to prepare for the eclipse, to begin to let go and release of anything that does not serve us, and to begin to move forward with intention as to how you want to manifest what you want to create in your life in the next 6 months, because eclipses are 6-month cycles. And I forgot to say hi in the chat. Hello, Bernadine. Hello, Ping. Oh, you're welcome. She says that's so generous of you. Yeah. It's our yearly free event. So definitely going to be super fun this year. We did it last year too. Last year I focused on the temples, and this year I'm focusing on self-care. And every year we'll have a different theme, and we'll have the moon goddesses come in and help us out with the event. Okay, so this is a dark moon right now. We just saw this weekend leading into today, the sun, the south node, and Mercury make a conjunction. You can see them right there. The sun and Mercury right now are at 8 degrees, so they're still together. They're going to remain together for the eclipse. So it's a stellium that the eclipse is a Libra stellium happening with the south node. But this conjunction brought in some of the things that we're going to be dealing. Like, are you watching what's happening in your life? Because those are the things that you're going to be unfolding, unraveling, healing for the next 6 months. And some of the things you might be like, oh, that was a great thing that happened. And some things are like, what the hell was that about? But just watch, like, if you pay attention, you're going to watch these things just unfold, and you'll be like, oh my God, the eclipse brought this, it told me. And that's pretty much how it is. So that's what's happening right now, because the conjunction to the south node, and this being a south node eclipse, has to do with karma and past life and healing karma. We have to do the work to basically see what it is that needs healing, resolving, all that good stuff. And so that's what we've been feeling for the last couple of days. Things are crazy. And think of the events in the collective sphere that are happening, because these are themes. Next 6 months, we're going to be seeing all this stuff showing up. It's pretty crazy. Today there was like this crazy blackout for Verizon. I mean, my phone didn't get affected, but my husband's phone got affected, and we literally couldn't communicate. He couldn't communicate to anybody. I mean, these things are not coincidences, they're happening for a reason. Tomorrow there's the vice presidential debate. I mean, remember the things that also came up during the eclipse, the full moon eclipse, we saw the whole Diddy thing. Yeah, collectively watch the news. What's happening now, our next 7 months will be unfolding even further. So needless to say, things are crazy and wild, but we had some help, because we also saw Mars make a trine to Saturn, which helps us feel more determined. And that's still happening right now. This is something that happened yesterday into today, but this is okay, I can feel more determined. I can feel more like I have more energy, but it is, remember, Mars is in Cancer, which is the emotional frequency, which is, listening to emotions, emotional intelligence, and not letting the emotions get too much in the way of the things we need to do, because then we get nothing done. So listen to your intuition, trust your intuition. It's going to be actually really beautiful. So I'm going to go to the next big event, which actually happens on the day of the eclipse. It is the eclipse on October 2nd, which is on Wednesday. And you can see right there, the sun and the moon are conjunct. So Mercury and the south node, stellium in the energy of Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. And right now we need to pay attention to what Venus is doing. She's in Scorpio. But if you look at how cool this is, her placement during the eclipse is really auspicious. She is actually at 12 degrees of Scorpio and making a trine to Saturn and Mars, which in essence create a grand trine in water. And the element of water is intuition. It's tapping into also the emotional realm. Grand trines bring in positive energy, higher vibrational frequencies, harmony. Communication is easier, flow is easier. And because this is in water, this is easy flow between Mars, action, Venus, desires, and Saturn, determination and commitment to get things done. So Scorpio is a determined energy. Scorpio knows what it wants. So right now we need to tap into that. I know what I want. and we need to tap into that Mars in Cancer. The way for me to get this is I need to get myself, I need to feel it. Like I need to see it, or I need to believe it to see it. And this is kind of like you make your own reality. And when you pay attention to the feelings and the emotions and the emotional waves, you will know the exact, the right moment, the opportune moment to do the thing. And then Saturn just guides us with wisdom, intuitive wisdom from the Akashic records, from the universe. Pisces teaches us a whole new way to set boundaries for ourselves, to commit, and to focus on our path forward, like to have a goal for the future that is like more spiritual and more connected to intuition than ever before. So that's a really powerful thing happening during the energy of the eclipse. And so then the exact trine to Saturn from Venus happens a couple of days later. And on that same day, the moon makes on that day and the next day, October 5th, the moon makes a beautiful conjunction to Venus. And we call this, I call it a Venus moon portal. This is one of the conjunctions. So Venus right now is the evening star, and she's making 5 conjunctions with the crescent moon after every new moon during this 5.5 month cycle called the remembering and embodiment phase. And these these conjunctions are visible to the naked eye. I'm sure if you have not yet, every time you're driving home at night when the sun's going down, you see Venus in the evening sky as the sun is setting. It is the most beautiful thing. Every day she gets brighter and brighter and higher in the sky. And then eventually she'll disappear. We won't see her anymore. And then she'll have her conjunction with the sun, and we'll transition into the next phase of Venus, which is the morning star. But right now we're in this beautiful energy, and this elevates our frequency to the celestial realm. The evening star is the angelic Venus, and it is very much Libra theme versus Taurus is the morning star. So Libra brings desires, balance, and harmony, love, beauty, social life, things that are fun. But right now we know what we want. Like, I know you know what you want because Venus is in Scorpio. So yeah, you might have Mars in Libra in your chart. That might be kind of gnarly. But right now, if you tune into that energy of Venus in Scorpio, it's like, you know what you want. Deep down inside, and that's what you need to tune into. So the trine to Saturn, which happens on Friday, I believe, brings in more of that energy that we talked about already. The grand trine with Mars is still happening at this point. So it's a grand trine all week in water. So pay attention to intuition, pay attention to your emotions. They will guide your way through knowing what you want, taking the action that you need to take to get what you want, to reach your goals, to get to the goal. And that's Saturn. On the last day, which is October 6th of this week that we are covering, the moon moves into Sagittarius on that day, and totally different vibe. You know what I mean? But on the 6th, we do see Mercury make a square to Mars, technically opposing Chiron as well, and Mars also technically opposing Chiron. So Mars is T-squaring the Mercury Chiron opposition, which is not going to happen until like the next day or like the day after. However, we will see this energy challenging us to, whenever I see Mercury and Mars energy, not Mercury and Mars, Mercury and Chiron frequency, I often feel like, and I just want to double check when the exact, because it might be a lot sooner than I'm thinking that this, okay, yeah, so it's a couple of days, okay, it's on the 8th that the actual conjunction. So a couple days later is when we see the exact opposition of Mars and Chiron. But anyways, what I call this is healing through the mind, like understanding through the mind. And because we're still in the eclipse energy, like the sun's still in Libra, South Node's still in Libra, you know, this is Libra season. We knew the sun was going to make a conjunction to the South Node. We knew there was going to be an eclipse. And this eclipse is closing off the cycle of the nodes in Aries and Libra, because the nodes have been here for quite a bit. They're going to transition to new signs in January, like I think early January. And then this theme of Aries Libra is no longer going to be what we're working on collectively, karmically, and destiny wise. It's going to change to North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. I think it's going to be fun, but it's going to be intense. Again, because the Neptune is right there in Pisces. He's the ruler, and Neptune is boundlessness, and boundlessness can get a little crazy. You can't sustain that at all. Like, things can just get all over the place. Very spiritual, for sure, like spiritual themes, but at the same time, it's like, whoa, what is happening? And then right away, that conjunction is going to happen. But we're going to be looking into that next year. Getting ahead of myself, but there's a lot of connections between this week and like what's coming, what are we ending. This is a week, I would say, of completion, where we're ending this cycle of the nodes. We're not going to see another eclipse in the sign of Aries or Libra. This is the last one. So if you didn't finish doing the work, then you're like, that's what you need to do. You need to really focus on that. Because it's like clear the rest, take the rest of the trash out, clear the rest of the energy out. This is not new. This is not new at all for us. This is actually calling us to finish it, to finish the work. And I think it's actually a positive thing, even though it is a South Node eclipse, and South Node eclipses can bring up uncomfortable things. From the past, it's still a closure. So that's going to be the power of this week. And so next week, we are going to continue where we left off. And so intentional practices this week are really good. That's why we're doing the Moon Goddess Akashic Healing Retreat. Okay, so let us pull some cards and see what energy this week is bringing. I always pull intuition, challenge, overall theme, wisdom from the ancestors and animal spirit to guide us through the week. So this is eclipse week. So a lot of these things are going to be like, well, this will be for this week, but a lot of the themes, again, they're going to continue on. It's like you're not ending it here. You are ending a cycle, but then new healing, you'll finish the rest of the healing for the next 6 months. Oh, I love when you pull cards. Yes. Okay, awesome. Thank you, spirit guides, angels, teachers, for being here with us this evening. We would like to see what we need to know for the week. What do we need to work on? What information is going to be important for us? Where are we standing energetically? Okay. Hello, Mary, welcome in. What is the challenge for the week? Let's see. Cards are flying everywhere. What's the overall theme? Okay. Oh my. Hang on a second. And wisdom from the ancestors. Okay, these cards are very strange today. They're coming out in very strange ways. All right. So, what spirit animal wants to guide us for... There it is. Okay. All right, here we go. First card, 5 of Swords. So this card is interesting. this is kind of like where we're standing. Sometimes it feels good to win. Sometimes it's like, was that even really worth it? And I think that that's the question that we may be asking ourselves. Like, was that worth it? Was it worth it for me to be in that ego space? Was it worth it, for me to like exert myself? Was it worth it is a question that we're asking ourselves this week. And it has to do with like being in a space where like you're not necessarily feeling the best or feeling the most confident, even though you do feel confident because it's like, well, you won the battle, but was it worth it? Because, people were damaged because of it. And I don't know how this personally relates to you, but I feel like this collectively, the bigger question is, okay, it's like, where in your life are you choosing the fleeting feel good moments, and where in your life are you actually committing to things that are important? So like, this is a moment where you might feel good because you won a little battle, but it's not the whole thing. It's not the whole picture. And this happiness in the moment, this like feeling good about yourself in the moment might not feel good at all. May realize that wasn't the right thing to do. Or you may realize that it's fleeting. So you need to ask yourself, was it worth it? That's the question that's coming through very strongly with that card. The challenge is the 7 of Wands, which has to do with feeling like you have to defend the things that you've created, like defend the things that you've manifested and defend the things that you have like accomplished. It's like you can't rest. It's like we don't get to rest, and that's really freaking annoying. That's why maybe sometimes we choose like the ego, what our ego wants, just to make us feel good right now, because it's too much and we're overwhelmed and it feels like we're always having a fight. Like these two cards are like, this one's like the fighting with the swords. This one's like, fighting with the wands. Like you're standing above. So the good thing is that we've gotten somewhere, but you can't stop. Like, you can't stop because you have to hold your ground, and that's what it feels like. So it's definitely exhausting. The challenge is, I feel we're just not getting rest, and it's exhausting. And this makes sense because the overall theme of the week is the Tower card. Oh. So I think that deep realizations of the real work that's happening, I feel endings. This is definitely endings, but new journeys in deep healing, soul healing, uncovering truths, going deeper than you ever gone before in terms of understanding what's underneath the surface. Things falling apart because it's time to rebuild, honestly. The wisdom from our ancestors is the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Swords. And I was like, these two cards are so interesting. So what they're saying is stay steady. Like, stay steady. Don't overreact. Like, don't get too defensive. I feel like he's very defensive in this card. He's like, he knows his mind, and he's going to speak his mind. And like, if anyone, goes against him, and again, we start with the swords and we end with the swords. So it's like, if anybody's going to go against him, he's like hot-headed, he even looks a little like red in the face. So if you're going to go against him, he's going to like he's going to lash out. And that's not the space that we need to be. We need to be here. We need to be like, chill. Be ready, because that's what I hear from this is be ready, and be careful, because I think, and this is the minds, right? The mind, the thoughts, communication, the words. You might have to defend yourself, but you don't need to be in this space, because this space is kind of like the same energy of like anxiety. This to me in this reading, it kind of feels like there's anxiety going on. There might be some like strong belief systems and strong ideas that you are going to have to defend. But the only way you're going to be able to do this, like in the way that that matters is if you are stable and you're prepared. This guy is full armor, right? And he's not running into wild. He's like waiting. So I see wait for the opportune moment to say what you want to say, to communicate what you want to communicate, to share your thoughts, to share your ideas. And that's what the wisdom from the ancestors are. And we get the Scorpion, which is very much aligned with Tower energy. The Tower card is also Mars, and Mars is in Cancer. So I feel like this is emotional turmoil that unleashed emotion. I mean, seriously, if you look in the collective, what the fuck is happening right now in the East Coast, in the South or whatever? Like, dude, freaking people's lives are changed forever because of this freaking hurricane. I lived in Colorado in Boulder, up the canyon, up one of the canyons, Left-Hand Canyon, when the 100-year flood happened in Colorado. It was like this, just rain for like 3 days, 4 days straight. And then the floods came and they like destroyed entire towns. And I remember the road to our house was like, we couldn't even drive. We had to walk all the way because it was like, no, we could not get there by car. So it was insane. And that wasn't even that bad as we see right now. Like that, what's happening right now is like freaking tower moments, Things are like coming apart at the seams. And today with like the whole Verizon thing, I don't know if you were affected by that, but there was a Verizon outage for like over 6 hours where people couldn't even text or call. Like zero service. Like WTF, like what, things are falling apart. There is something new that always comes after the storm, right? The sun always rises after the storm, but geez, these are crazy storms happening in people's lives right now. The Scorpion has to do with that energy of Scorpio and Pluto. And it is about, change and transformation. I want to read from the book for deeper meaning of this Scorpion and why is the Scorpion guiding us. Scorpion is passionate, competitive, and tends towards isolation. The Scorpion is a passionate and determined creature. Their career is very important to them, as are a few select friends. Sometimes the Scorpion's heat festers and they focus on unresolved event from the past. Ooh, this is usually a situation where they were left feeling burned. The Scorpion card says it's time to come clean about your feelings so everyone can heal and you can get back to your usual fiery but fun self. Oh, wow. This card in this deck is about coming clean. It's truth, because this Scorpio Pluto energy is all about ultimate truth. The truth comes out. Truth's coming out this week. Like no one can avoid it. Like the tower is going to fall. We're going to have to pick up the pieces. We need to stay steady. We need to prepare ourselves. We need to not get, too defensive. We do need to stay on top of it, and it is exhausting. But that's the challenge. So don't go for the fleeting happy moments. Go for the long-term happiness. Like focus on the things that are going to bring you long-term security, long-term relief, both emotional, mental, and physical. But damn, you guys, this is going to be a gnarly week. I'm glad that we're doing our Akashic retreat this week. I actually want to pull a card from let's lighten it a little bit, from the Rose Oracle. Hey, babe. From the Rose Oracle. Yeah, right. That's me. Just don't hit send. It's inner work. Yeah, exactly. Okay. That's an interesting comment. I feel like this has to do with relationship because it's the festering, right? Yes, do the inner work, and it's true. You may not actually have to say it. That's very true. I know a lot of situations where like that was just not necessary. It was just going to cause more problems. But also in some cases, the communication will actually lead to like more compassion. So the actual literal communication. All right, we got 3 cards. Let's see what we get for self-care this week. How do we take care of ourselves during this crazy time? Dang, it fell. Definitely don't like it when the cards fall here because it's dirty. There's like sand. Cards get dirty. I don't like it. Okay. Mother Rose. Returning to each other. Compassion. Humanity. Okay. Satnam to that. Yes. Like, work together. We're all in this together. We're all in this together. The child within, inner mother, innocence, gentleness, tenderness. Be easy on yourself. Be easy. You have like a little child inside that's healing. You need to be gentle with your inner child. And the sacred waters. Oh my God. Whoa, this card just gave me the chills. Nourishment, replenishment, health, rest, self-care. Get out of here. The sacred waters. I feel like as hard as it is, we do need to trust in the wisdom of the water. Mother Rose, the child within, the sacred waters. So, community, humanity, returning to each other. Innocence, gentleness, tenderness, taking it easy on ourselves, being gentle with ourselves. That's how we're going to take care of ourselves and connect to the sacred waters. Take care of yourself, rest, self-care, nourish yourself, and replenish your energy. Oh my God, I'm so glad we're doing that. That's exactly what we're doing in the retreat. So I hope you come and join us for the rest of the event. I hope you have a wonderful week, despite the craziness that the cards just brought up. And I will see you again tomorrow here on YouTube for our human design reading for the eclipse. And yes, so Satnam, 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 Waheguru.